Okay, quick instructions here for how to build your foreclosure list page. Please watch this whole thing because there's a few little things in here, some options that you may or may not want to use, and whether you end up using them or not, you'll want to be aware of them. Anyway, the only first two fields that you really need to make this whole thing work is the email address you want to send leads to and the city, state, or zip code you want to target. So if you want to target Philadelphia, PA as a whole and make the page look like Philadelphia, PA in the background, you would type just like this, the city, state, without a comma. If you want to just do a zip code, you would just type the zip code in. Okay? Just a few notes here before we continue. If you're a Reticulous member and you're using our CRM, you'll want to put the lead box address here. If you want to integrate with the autoresponder and everything else that's in our CRM, you'll want to log into the CRM, go to settings, find your lead box, it'll be a drop down, and put that address here instead of your regular email address. Okay, I'll probably do another video about that, but just wanted to mention that here. Okay, so you put your email in where you want leads to go to, your city, state, and zip code, and if you were to create the page now, it would actually work out of the box. What it would do is show a generic list of foreclosures after the second step process for that area. The one drawback would be that anybody who requests information about the specific properties on that page, and it doesn't happen that often right away, so I wouldn't worry about it too much, but anybody who requests that info, it would kind of just go to our general inbox for that page instead of your own RealBird account in that case. So let's explain further what these other options are. You can actually set the after opt URL. And that means after somebody goes through and they fill out their email and then they go through the second step and have the option to give more details, you can send them somewhere else. That could be your own list of foreclosures on your website. We have one member who's doing something awesome with the 22 Social app. He's sending them into his fan page where he can capture more details about them. And you can do anything you want. You can send them to a YouTube video, right, with you saying, hey, welcome. I'll send you an email later with the list, or hey, welcome. Thanks for opting in to get my foreclosure list. Just want to introduce myself. I know about deals in the area, right? You send them right to YouTube, and then maybe make them click in the description of the YouTube video for the list of foreclosures. So you have a lot of flexibility. Just enter your after opt URL here, whatever that might be. Okay. Now, if you want, you can actually leave that blank and put your RealBird ID in so that the page they see afterwards is will send all the leads through. It'll be your RealBird search results, and that's realbird.com. You get a free account, and your RealBird ID will be at the top right of that page. It's very easy to find, and you would paste that in here. So don't get confused. There are a lot of options here. I just want to walk you through each one. Again, all you needed was the email address in the city, state to get started. You can enter a RealBird ID if you want to make sure that anybody requesting information about properties comes to you, or you can specify your own after opt URL if you want to get a little more sophisticated with it. And then finally, if you want to have your brokerage license info show up at the bottom of the page, if you need to in your state, include those details, maybe your license number, you can put all that stuff here. Okay, so let's just finish up here. Okay, I'm going to leave everything else blank. We'll just say Ryan is my contact info. I'll click Create Page, and then once that's created, just take a second here. It'll generate a link for you to use right here. And if you click on that, of course, you can copy and paste that, put it somewhere for safekeeping, and then your page is created. Works totally fine. Just make sure you test it out. Make sure everything's working well for you. Don't just assume it worked. You might have had a typo somewhere. Something might be wrong with our system. So if you can find a bug for us, we really appreciate it. But just test it out to make sure it works. Okay. We'll do the second step here. And then as it's supposed to, it's redirecting to the page with the Philadelphia, PA foreclosures. So it's all working really good. And then, of course, the final step, you'll probably see more tutorials on this page. You may want to make the specific link, your specific link, a little more marketing friendly, so to speak, right? You might want to go to GoDaddy, get a vanity URL for this, or just even use like goo.gl, or some other shortener to make it an easier link to share. So there you go. Use the builder as often as you want, as many different markets as you want, to create the foreclosure squeeze funnel here at Reticulous.com.